I'm never quite sure where it catches me and where it actually starts going live. So, hello, I hope you're doing great. Hope you had an enjoyable weekend and you did something fun for yourself this weekend. I will talk a little bit about that after I introduce myself. Hi, I am Brenda Sellers, independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator here in Knoxville, Tennessee. Let me adjust that screen so I can see if anyone joins us live. Just one second. Let's do this. Come on. Hey, Jeannie, happy Monday to you too. See, come on. That's why I wanted to see if anybody was joining. Now it looks like I'm looking way up there because I am, because my other monitor's up there. Hang on one second. Up. There we go. That helps. That'll make sure I'm kind of staying in the screen and I can see your comments without looking way up and over. All right. I took a little bit of time for myself on Friday evening and I drove through Cades Cove. That's an old settlement here in East Tennessee, close to Gatlinburg and Pigeon Forge. Um, it was close to dusk, so the animals were moving around. There were a lot of turkeys. That was the first thing I saw was the turkeys. And then their beards were really long. They were like touching the ground. And then I saw some bear. There was like three or four way out there. Like they were black spots. You couldn't take a good picture. So then drove a little bit more. Of course, people were stopping because they saw turkeys. It's like, it's a turkey. But I feel the same when I see a bear. So just take your time, drive through, enjoy yourself. And I thought it would only take about an hour. It was about, I think I started through there between 6:30 and 7. And I come back out where I had cell phone service between 8:15 and 8:30. So it was a long time, but I enjoyed it, had fun. And then Saturday we did our taxes. Yeah. Wah, wah. Hi, Carol Green. How are you? We have two Carols, so I have to specify which one. So we have one that's green and one that's Valentine. All right, you came to see what we're going to do tonight. Some of you have already done it, but I wanted to share it again because if you're already a fellow demonstrator, you've seen an email, or a customer maybe have seen it too, that says there will be double Stampin' Reward points on 3 days. Let me see which 3 days again. Let me get it right so I tell you correctly. Shrink you. You go back up there. There we go. It's warm in this room. It also doesn't help that I walked up to the mailbox. Double the rewards April 15th through the 17th. So they're rewarding us for tax day here in the US. I will post and I'll email about it too. But the important thing to remember, sign up for an account. If you're a demonstrator, you already have one and you've already like opted in for the rewards. If you're a customer, make sure that you checked yes. If you're not sure, and you're one of my customers, call me. I'll help you figure it out, or we can call Stampin' Up. So when you place your order, it will automatically double the rewards on April 15th, 16th, and 17th. You start earning rewards the same as before. When you hit the $20 mark, it starts accumulating the rewards. You have, that is a great question. How long do you have to spend the rewards? I am looking, earning, redeeming. They accumulate for a year, and it will automatically use the oldest rewards first. Rewards that are set to expire will automatically be redeemed first. When do they expire? That's the question. Your rewards will expire 12 months after the purchase date at the end of the month. If I, as your demonstrator, gift you rewards, you have 3 months to use those. It will tell you, Carol, I can walk you through to show you where to see those. You can access a 3-month rewards expiration indicator on your Stampin' Rewards dashboard. You can view the hidden details on your dashboard to see when your rewards expire, broken out by month. All right. You can redeem your rewards for anything, any product except a starter kit. So hopefully that helps. And now let's get crack-a-lackin' and make a couple of cards. One of the, we're just gonna make some simple cards, and we might frou-frou up one or two. But let's look at the desk and see what we have here. Oh, oh. Look at that. There's some happy mail. Woohoo! That's why I walked up to the mailbox, guys. No, not gonna lie. I have mail from some friends. Let's see what the cards look like, and then we'll get into the business of stamping. This first one is from my friend Nancy Reynolds. She gives the best Reynolds rep hugs, and she is in Washington State. Oh, looky there. It just says hello there. Look how she spotlighted, and it has Wink Stella on it. Thank you, Nancy. Oh, and it opens this way. Isn't that pretty? We won't read the sentiment. And she used designer series paper back here. That's awesome. Oh, nutsy Nancy. I love it. Thank you. That is going to get displayed. But for right now, it's going to sit over here in my little extra chair. This is from my friend Kevin from Creations by Kevin. He loves to make cards, and we have challenged him to start sending cards. Every time we talk to each other, we say, "Hey, friend." So that is very appropriate. Look at all those circles. And he's known for his pieces. So that's perfect. Thank you, Sir Peace a lot. Look, it's a card from me. Isn't that great? See, you don't have to write some special big sentiment inside there. That's perfect. I love it. all of those die cuts. Woohoo. All right, that one will get displayed too. All right, are you ready to make some cards? Yes, you're safe for a while. Hi, Becky. All right, we've already got some of our stamps on blocks. So let's pull them out. And you're just going to get a reiteration of what we did the other day. But if you don't have this stamp set, and let's do one a little bit different. So we are going to stamp on this guy. He's 4 by 5 1/4. There's his base. Let's do the deer. Where'd that deer come from? We're going to stamp him in pecan pie. My friends in card class got to play with one of the new ink pads. We'll show you how that works. There's our grass, some more grass, and what's this sentiment? Happiest birthday wishes. Let's do a note of thanks. What else is on there? And especially for you. So that's the 3 sentiments, but we use the 2 biggest ones. All right, let's stamp our deer. Where's the body of the deer? Right here. And then, so these open, I always hold them in my hand like this. If you've got problems with grip, then these are not the greatest. But my thumb hooks on this little indention. Hi, Tracy from Ohio. And then you just flip it up and slide it back. All right. And again, this is the product of the month stamp set from March. So if you don't have it and you want it, got to place a $75 qualifying order. But wait to do that on the 15th, 16th, or 17th when you can get them for double points. All right, I need a little scrap paper. Use this one. And we're going to tap, tap, tap. Get him good and inky. Let me know if you notice anything different on my desk tonight. Something that has been there and is not there now. Thank you to my friend Beck. That's all right. Now we need one more. And hang on one second. Now, thank you. Grabbed a piece of Stampin' Up's masking paper. We're just going to use this one. That's actually the one inside there, small. Perfect. It comes with 12 sheets that are 5 by 7. They work perfect for what I'm going to show you right now. So ink up your image, stamp on the textured side of that, and then lay this out of your way. Close up your ink pad, unless you're like me and you don't, especially if you're like me and you wind up getting your hand in your stuff. So then we're just going to fussy around this pretty close. And actually, I'm going to cut inside those stamped lines a little bit, and I'll show you why in just one second. This is my friend Sharon's most favoriteest thing to do in the world. It is not. She does not like fussy cutting. But I also have friends who absolutely adore fussy cutting. So back to the thing. If you don't have this stamp set and you wait until Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday to place you a qualifying order, you're going to get double Stampin' Rewards, and I will send you 4 of these card bases and pieces and parts. It's just those 2 pieces right there with the envelopes. I'll send you 4 of them and a little thank you card. Thank you for purchasing with me. If you can't tell, you have a new pad on your glass mat. I have, you're right, there's no glare. You see, you don't see the glare. Um, Servant, way to go, Tracy. Hey, send me your address through Facebook Messenger, and I'll send you a little something. Pretty cool. See, we have a servant ring. Getting a little close because when I stamp the green grass, I want it to be right up next to him, but not on him. All right. Oh, I have this new pad, yes, but there's no glare. That's what I thought you were talking about. But still, send me your address. I'll send you a little something, something. I like to do little impromptu giveaways. Gonna start seeing more of that. This is supposed to come off pretty easy, kind of like a Post-it note would. It's got sticky on the back of it. If anybody's got a tip, I will read them very quickly. There, got it. Let's lay this little guy here out of the way so we don't get ink on it. And we're going to put this right on our stamped image. And then we're going to get our Peaceful Pine, which is one of the new in colors. You can stack the lid right there. It's that if you want, or beside it, however. Grass. And I'm going to stamp right here. And I'm going to stamp off to give it a little bit of depth. I'll stamp here and here. And then I'm going to stamp another one over here and over here to give it some balance. Nice. And then I'm going to grab the little one and add the dark. These are new felt pads. If you've been around Stampin' Up! For a long time, you know that we had some felt pads before and they worked great. And I'm going to stamp the sentiment and pecan pie. But you still want to, like, that's the side that's got your ink pad on it, your felt pad. Can see the difference there a little bit. I'll hold it still. So when you store it, you still want to store it upside down with your label on the top so that the ink stays at the top of the pad. Here is the foam pads. See how slick and smooth that is? And this is squishy. That one's a little more firm. And let's put a little note of thanks right here. Oh, let's see if I can line it up. I did. You flip the lid, it will magnetize to the pad. Hi, Anita. Yeah, there's magnets in the lid right there. And it does, you can feel it holding it on there. Oh, all right. fixed it without making it look like it's blurry. All right, and now we go in here and we pull our little deer that we used as our mask. There he's one. Okay. And looky there, it looks like he is right inside that little clump of grass. All right, now let's get our card base. So you can go as proofy as you want. Oh, turn it over. Turn that over. Oh, that makes sense. Like, what's she talking about? Turn it around. No, this way. It definitely sticks. All right. Thank you, Anita. Learn something new every day. And I love it when my friends help me learn. And then just goes right there. And you've got the most beautiful little note card. And you could use the note cards in envelopes. Let's grab our basic rhinestones. Let's give them, where's our big one? You need to use the brush tip if you're going to do this. And let's go brush, brush, brush. And since I got a little ink right there, let them dry. See, I'm learning that. Myself and my take your pick tool have been having learning problems lately. All right, so that covered that up. That's what happens. That's just an opportunity to embellish. And let's stick one. So let's just put the other two right here. So it's kind of drawing your eye down to the corner where you need to flip it open. All right. There's that. Now let's do another one. Let's do the little goose. And we're going to stamp him with basic gray. These are our current pads, and they are a little squishy, so you want to take your time. And you could actually do the grass around him if you wanted to. Here's the filler. Some people were struggling with that a little bit. Stamp off. If you're not getting a good clear image, put your paper piercing mat underneath there, and that will work every time. All right, and stamp our sentiment. A little note of thanks. We're making sure we got it that time so we don't have any accidents. And close this up. Let's get some, I'll go light, Shy Shamrock. Well, that's shaded spruce. Shy Shamrock. Because we don't want our little goosey floating in the air. So let's give him some grass to stand on. And it adds a little bit of color there. Isn't that cute? Because we don't want him floating in the air. And hard base, 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4.25. Feel like I say that in my sleep. going to help me get some of these thank you cards done that I need to do. And we're not going to add color to this one, but let's make sure we don't have any color on our, put it right there, there, and over here. All right, there's two. We've got the bunny. I think that's the, yep, let's do the bunny and we'll be done. Hold this since it's on top right here. We're going to stamp him in Smoky Slate. Tap, tap, tap. He is still available. These little guys are, I checked. Well, they were earlier when I checked. So we never know how long product is going to be available, especially product of the month. But hopefully, let me do that again. I'll make sure I got him off. There we go. Hopefully he'll still be available on Wednesday. So get your orders in on Wednesday. And then our note of thanks. This is a little bit lighter, but I've stamped off a couple times. So I think we're good. This is a quick way to make a ton of cards without a lot of effort, but you are still hand stamping, adding a little splash of color for the grass because we don't want our little animals floating. Let's add in that. Oh, let's stamp another bunny. Let's put this one on, and I'm going to show you another card. That way, we've got 4. And since the bunny was the last one we just used, just leave him out and do that. See how inspiration just comes to you sometimes? One, two. All right, one more bunny. A little fun idea just popped in my head, and it's like, let's do it. We got time. Don't mind. Make sure that's good and juicy. It is. Grab our scrap. Perfect. Go. Our sentiment. Go. If you're not a member of the Create with Brenda Facebook group and you would like to be, head on over there and I will definitely add you. Might just be able to click and join it. I try to post, yes, right now it's a lot of the same stuff that's on my main page, but let's start doing some creativity sharing with that. Now, for the fun part. I want to use, you could use the Stampin' Up! 4 or 0.4. I'm going to use this uni ball, and I don't remember what size it is. But let's just create a little, I have to make it all one solid line. Add some little waves in there if you want to. However you want to do it. Cute. My bad. That's just a Uniball Vision Light. Say what size? I don't see it. All right, now let's flip him over. The face. Isn't it funny how you start out with the size of a glass mat and you wind up in one little spot clean to work in? Does any, yep, two bunnies. You have it done quickly. You are so right, Carol. That's funny. So true. See the difference that made in those two cards? I'm going to take their picture just like that, and then I'll probably will add those lines before I slide down. All right, so you learned the masking technique and to color your rhinestones on that one. And then an extra little fun technique with just stamps, ink, and paper, and a Uniball ink pen. That is, hang on, I think I've got it right here. Yes, I do. 4 count micro roller. Elite Performance, Precision Design. Oh, there it is, 0.5 mm micro roller. One line, 0.5. So you can use whatever size you want, obviously. Use what you got. Don't go out and buy anything special. There you have it. I love the masking technique too. It kind of just filled it in and made him look like he's not floating on air, but that that looks cool. All right. Thanks for watching. Remember, Tracy, shoot me your email or mailing address so I can pop something in the mail for you. And for the rest of you, let me stop my screen share for a second. You place an order, you help me fill in that thing right over there. I'm trying to, I've been working on it all year. That is just trip points. As a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, if you work really hard and your team works really hard and your friends work really hard, then you might accidentally work really hard and earn an incentive trip. And that incentive trip goes to Costa Rica. So I would love to be a part of that and be able to share that experience with you all too. Like I shared the Australian trip with you. I'm not done with the video yet. I'm going to put all of our pictures. I'm going to try to do it day by day and put my pictures and then my hubby's and go that way and put them as a video. So have a great night. Do something fun for yourself this week, and I will see you again soon. Thanks for watching. Bye for now. If I can figure out how to stop YouTube, or not YouTube, this thingy on Zoom.